Hey wrestling fans, welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic for Wednesday, August 17th, 2016. And on today's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, I am once again Lance Brock, and I will be recapping last night's episode of WWE Smackdown Live, which took place live from Austin, Texas. And we see Heath Slater backstage with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon while they're with Randy Orton, and he signs a contract for the match at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. And Heath Slater says he didn't know that they offered them a contract last week, and he talks about how he went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar on Raw Monday. And then Randy Orton says he has an idea, and now it is time for Miz TV. And The Miz and Maurice are interrupted by the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Dean Ambrose and then Dolph Ziggler. They exchange words. Dolph Ziggler gets really heated, gets real red in the face, and then nails Ambrose right in the face with a super kick. I enjoyed this segment. Both Ambrose and Ziggler I thought were great on the mic, especially Ziggler. I'm looking forward to this match Sunday night at SummerSlam, and I hope later in the week to have a chance to do another podcast focusing more on each match that will take place this Sunday night at SummerSlam. And then after the break, we have a 12-man tag team match. The Usos, the Hype Bros, and American Alpha facing the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, and Breezango. And American Alpha gets the win for their team. And Ambrose is in the back looking upset after that super kick he received from Dolph Ziggler. And now we see the return of Naomi with new gear glowing all over. She's handing out glow sticks to the fans. And now it is time for the spectacular debut, another try of all red everything herself, Eva Marie. The announcer comes on for the intro, but unfortunately we find out that Eva Marie is stuck in traffic. As she posted on Twitter, all red lights, everything. So she was not able to make it for the match. Those are problems you have. And the announcer always also says that she apologizes. And then we see a video back from October, the John Cena US Open Challenge, when Del Rio returned to the WWE and accepted and defeated Cena for the United States Championship. And then we see AJ Styles in the back talking to Del Rio. He tries to get Del Rio to something up Cena tonight for Sunday at SummerSlam for their match, but Del Rio has no part of it. Next up is Randy Orton versus Heath Slater. And Heath Slater wins this match via disqualification. Orton's in the corner attacking Slater, does not break after the 5 count, and he's DQ'd. Orton takes Slater outside, draping DDT, takes him back in the ring, 2 German suplexes to get in the head of his SummerSlam opponent, Brock Lesnar. Excuse me, and he nails an RKO. And we go back after the break to the training room. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon are there, and they give Slater a contract. And then Slater messes things up once again. He calls Daniel Bryan McFoley. He calls Shane McMahon Stephanie. And then when he looks down, gets ready to sign it, the contract is gone. So once again, he messed things up for him again. And then during the break, the Wyatt family make their way to the ring, and they cross paths with Randy Orton. It's the World Heavyweight Champion Dean Ambrose taking on Eric Rowan. Ambrose gets the win, and then after the match, Wyatt looks upset. He has the sheet mask, and he sets it in the rocking chair, and then he walks away, leaving Rowan by himself. And Mauro Ranallo kind of hinted at, could this be the end of the Wyatt family? Tag team action next in the women's division. Becky Lynch and Carmella taking on Natalya and Alexa Bliss. Sorry about that. And it is during this match, Eva Marie arrives to the arena. And when she's making her way down the aisle, Naomi comes out, chases her around the ring, then into the ring. And then Natty attacks Naomi. And then Becky Lynch is able to lock in a submission on Natalya. Natalya taps and gets the win for her team. And we find out this Sunday at SummerSlam there will be a 6-women tag team match. Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and All Red Everything, Eva Marie, taking on Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella. I'm interested to see if Eva Marie will actually be involved in this match at all. I don't think they should have her be involved. I think they should keep up this angle with her not wrestling. I think this character is great. She, in my opinion, she is one of the best heels in wrestling today. A lot of people might disagree with me about that, but she has great heel heat. She's hated by the fans, and I actually, even though she's bad in the ring, I admit that, but I'm a fan of Eva Marie. And now, AJ Styles comes out because he will be on commentary for the main event. And we go to a break. And when we come back, it's main event of the evening. Alberto Del Rio taking on John Cena. And Cena gets the win with an AA. And then after the match, Styles hits the phenomenal forearm. And he says, I am sick and tired of hearing the future goes through John Cena. This Sunday, I will be the face that runs the place. Your time is up. My time is now. And then he goes to hit the Styles Clash on Cena, but then Cena counters with an AA and goes outside the ring to the announce table. AA through the announce desk. And that is how SmackDown ends. I thought it was a pretty good episode of SmackDown in my opinion. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam this Sunday night on the WWE Network. And speaking of the WWE Network, right after SmackDown, it was Talking Smack with Renee Young and Daniel Bryan. Their guests last night were John Cena and Naomi and Becky Lynch, and they were interrupted by Natalya. I've been enjoying Talking Smack the last few weeks it's been on the network. And right after Talking Smack, it was the special episode of 24 focusing on the Women's Revolution, which I thought was a very good show. If you missed it last night, go on demand and check that out. I recommend it. Of course, tonight now, we've got NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic. And tomorrow night, TNA Impact Wrestling. And then Sunday night, SummerSlam live on the WWE Network. That is all today for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Remember, you can like 360 Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and join the 360 Wrestling Podcast Facebook group. On Twitter, at 360 Wrestling Pod. The Instagram is 360 Wrestling Podcast. You can also like the Collective League of Adrenaline, Strength, and Honor podcast, Clash Wrestling 360, on Facebook. And remember, the 27th is coming up, so Clash Wrestling 360 is coming up soon with a new episode, All Out War. And of course, we'll be there live. Hope to have some good interviews. And if you have any questions or comments, email lb360wrestlingfanatic@gmail.com. Or if you have any suggestions for 360 TBT, I hope to bring it back soon. If you have any suggestions, you want me to go back and recap a post show, or a past show, email lb360wrestlingfanatic@gmail.com. I just might recap that show. And hope to be back soon with new episodes of this podcast right here, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.